The last time MMA fans laid eyes on former UFC welterweight king Georges StPierre, he possessed the body of a Greek god. Fast forward 4 years and StPierre appears to be sporting a dad bod heading into his highly anticipated return at UFC 217. StPierre is catching some flack for re-emerging onto the MMA scene looking significantly different than the way he left it. It all started with the UFC 217 Bisping vs. StPierre extended video preview below. Okay, StPierre doesn't have the dad bod that Leonardo DiCaprio made famous while partying on the beach with a harem of hot supermodels. It's probably more like the six-pack beer belly former UFC light heavyweight champion Chuck Liddell used to don inside the octagon during his heyday. Regardless, even longtime UFC color commentator Joe Rogan couldn't help but mention StPierre's belly during his podcast. "He's a little soft," said Rogan. "Kind of heavy around the middle, eating a lot. There's a big difference between that and UFC lightweight Kevin Lee jacked. Like that picture of him on top of Tony Ferguson, when he was dropping bombs on him. Jacked. Georges does not look that good. You can be in great shape at 35 years old, but it really, completely helps if you were super active for a long time. Here's a few things to take into consideration before we start thinking StPierre won't be the physical specimen on November 4th that we've known. First and foremost, and perhaps the most logical question, who knows how long ago the UFC shot the footage of StPierre showcasing his moves for the camera? If it was months ago when the fight was first announced, then it's not an issue. If it was 3 weeks ago, zoink. Secondly, StPierre did need to pack on at least another 15 pounds from his former fighting weight in order to compete at middleweight. This could have been part of that early process, and he'll shed most of the fat off as he's tuning up his body during training camp. Thirdly, he could be sandbagging Bisping. StPierre has always been ripped, and during his prime mentioned that he would be very strategic in properly adding weight if he moved up to middleweight. This could be GSP playing mental games with Bisping, only to show up like his chiseled self on fight week. Please click the media player below to see StPierre in all of his glory. 322,410 mark. Don't forget to follow at 5th Round on Twitter, Facebook and Google.